Hi everyone, my name is Nuria and this is my sewing journey. And I've realized that I've been almost 2 years on YouTube and I haven't told you anything about me. And today I'm back in my hometown. I've realized I've been sewing for 11 years and I was thinking, why don't we go back into memory lane and revisit some old makes and things that I used to do, because I've had so many hobbies over the years. So let's get into it. By the way, it's very loud where I live, so I apologize in advance, but you're gonna hear planes, the train, people, dogs. You're gonna hear a lot of stuff, so sorry in advance. So I haven't lived here in the past 5 years, but I've stored everything. I have a lot of boxes and you haven't seen the best yet. Here we're gonna find my beginnings. Oh, that's going back a while. Box number 1. I have some art here from when I was little. You can see I was a genius already. But here is my start. By the way, I haven't opened this box in a long time, so there's gonna be some surprises. Okay, so before I start, I should tell you that I started not with patterns, drafting patterns like I do now, but I started with magazines. Some people partied, I got magazines, and I have so many. I would go to the bookstore next to my house every month and I would buy the burda. I don't know if you know about burda, but it has a lot of different designs and then you have the patterns in the middle. Now that you know that, we can go back into my patterns. I started sewing 11 years ago. I'm from 1995, so I was 17, 18. And I started sewing because I couldn't find any short pants that would suit me. It was the moment where the micro shorts were trendy and no. But it took me a while to find my style. I could say exactly 11 years. You're going to see a lot of things that I never wore and I hate it. And this is because I hate patterns, because my body is different. I don't know if you know, but I have a wider back than normal and my buttocks is a little bit bigger than standard, and then the patterns wouldn't fit me. You know, everything would be too tight or the sleeves would be too short and I would be really frustrated. And my dad bought me this fabric to make the best pants and the best blazer in the world, and I haven't used it yet. And every once in a while he asks me, where is that fabric that I bought you and that was so expensive that you told me you were gonna make a blazer of? It's in this box. When I was starting, I didn't know anything about fabric, so I just went to my fabric store and I bought a little bit of everything, and I was like, can you give me a little bit of cotton, a little bit of linen, a little bit of blah 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 to try and make my swatch book. And I never made a swatch book, so that's all the fabric. Oh my god. First dress. It's horrible. It still has the pins on. This was the first piece I did with gathers and I hated it. I think I cried even because I didn't understand how to space them out evenly. I would have a little bit here that is nice and then here, bam, nothing. And I didn't like it, so I never finished it and I never wore it. Also because these colors, seriously, I see kids nowadays with so much style and I think, oh my god, I was a horrible, like my style was all over the place. Not that ugly, huh? So ugly. Okay, yellow. I made a skirt and I've never worn skirts in my life. I remember this skirt, I made it when I was living in Frodsham, England. And I was there for work and I didn't have any friends, so I brought my sewing machine. And I made a bunch of stuff that I never wore, so... I don't even understand why I like this design. Like, it's so horrible. I just like the yellow, I think. This one is gonna go to my upcycling pile. We continue with the yellow things. I wanted to make pens with this. So ugly. Oh my god, what did I do? And I didn't even understand how to make it. This is all wrong. Nuria, no. Oh, that's cute. Look, I tried making a fly, but it's all wrong. It's all wrong. This one is all wrong. Arch length is too short and the design looks horrible on me and the yellow looks like, what did I do? Memories. Then I have a bunch of fabric. At some point I wanted to get into embroidery, which I still do, but I don't have time in my life. And I made all these little things out of linen, like sheets, and my plan was to make an embroidery book. So one day I will have it. When I was in England before I had my sewing machine, I bought this thing that I never learned how to use. It's like a mini... Oh my god! Well, it's like a mini sewing machine where you can go do 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 and make seams and stuff like that, you know. I never understood how to use it though. I remember this also. I tried making not a onesie, a dungaree, and again with a skirt. Never wore skirts. Could be better, could be worse. Also, I've been telling you I don't like skirts, but my first piece ever was a skirt. It was just really easy to make because I didn't have a sewing machine and I just wanted something simple that I could pattern myself. So I made a rectangle and I closed it on each side and I added an elastic and that's it. And I loved it, and it was with horrible fabric. And it broke after 20 minutes of putting it on, so I took a picture and it broke. But that was my start, and after that I bought a sewing machine, so didn't go that bad. Box number 2, we're gonna look into other hobbies. So I told you I started sewing 11 years ago, right? But I started knitting. When did I start knitting? When I was 14 or 15, something like that, so longer even. And the first thing I ever made was supposed to be a scarf with this yarn, and it ended up being, I don't know how you call it, like a neck warmer, boof. And to this day I still wear it. I love it. It's in the Netherlands, of course, because I wear it all the time. And after that success, we went downhill. I'm gonna give you a tip if you're going to start knitting. It takes so long that if you don't buy yarn that you're going to like in the future, do not start the project, because I went to all these places where they didn't have good yarn and they would tell me, no, it's fine, it's the first one, it's the first one. You're never going to finish it. So buy nice yarn and buy a pattern. And that's it. That's how you should start knitting. Otherwise, it doesn't work. As you can see, I also play the guitar and the ukulele, and I did try playing piano for a while. I took classes. I don't have enough patience to do that. And I also tried violin. I didn't have enough talent for that. My next hobby, amigurumis. Oh, this one hit hard, seriously. I asked my godfather that for Christmas he would get me all the possible colors for this Rico yarn. I have all of them. Like, look at this. So many. I think there was like 100 of them. Well, you can see a lot, right? I'll show you what I made. This was my first doll ever, Mit Nuriamo. Hola! And I loved it, but then I became obsessed. And then I got my Excel and I tried to reproduce my body shape, and I took it too far. So I went back to patterns and I made this one that is a little bit more realistic. Hello! And you can see I never finished the shirt because I thought, I made one. I can make 1,000. So then I decided to make all my friends. And as you can see, I never finished them. And this was 5 years ago at least, and I still have some friends asking me, hey, where's that doll you told me you were gonna give me? Well, it's here. It just, once you start with the amigurumis, it's very nice and very fast to do. So this is done with a crochet, I don't know if you know. But then where do you put them? Because I started making so many that I didn't know where to put them anymore. Look. And then I tried making socks, and this is also crochet, and it took too long and too much yarn, and it was so expensive to make just one sock, so I stopped. I also have a lot of limbs from amigurumis that I never put together. Oh, another one of my hobbies was tap dancing, so I bought tap shoes and I just did it for a year. With the knitting and crocheting, we continue here. Look at what I made. At some point I wanted to make a pattern out of this, but it took too much time to figure it out, and this squeezes my brain so hard that I think it's gonna come out. And then also I wanted to make swatches of crochet, or I don't know if this is crochet. I wanted to make a swatch book, and I started making all these swatches because I'm organized and I cannot be not organized, you know what I mean? And now come here, we're gonna continue our tour. One of my dolls tried escaping. I made bucket hats for my friends through a pattern, but I never liked the pattern because it's too big. But look, this was mine, I think, Donuts on the other side. Banana. The kiwis. And now I have this hobby. Wait and see. This is a very popular thing they used to do here where I live. This was given to me by some family members that their mom used to do it and no one wanted to pick it up. And it's bobbin lace. Look at this. So you have these little bobbins and they're always attached to one another. And then you have a big pillow. And you have this big pillow that you put here and you have your pattern. Let me show you the pattern. Patterns can be a lot of things, but I'm gonna show you a simple one. And I don't really know how it works. I actually wanted to make, you know when you get married and you have something here on your leg? And I wanted to make that out of this for my wedding, but it's a bit tight, I think, to learn how to make this and actually make it. You would attach this to the needle and then you would start making knots and you would create lace. Yeah, I was really honored that they gave this to me because it was from their mom and they loved her so much and she loved this so much. She had so many and now I have all her stuff. It's just sad that all these hobbies die at some point because no one can teach you anymore, and now I've been looking for courses and it's so difficult to find a good one. And more online. Like I would love to find someone that can teach me in person. In my city we have this festivity. It would be called like the day that all the bobbin lace women get together and they would all sit there. And now I think it's like 5 people. Next drawer. Another hobby that I never picked up. Felting. I bought... what is that? It's nothing. So I have all the tools and materials. This is wool and then I have all the tools to do it, and basically it's like amigurumis and you can just make little toys and little dolls. Then we have the first hobby I ever had. I think I'm gonna say that. And I think every person has done this in their lives. I have all these threads and I would make bracelets with knots. And we would go to summer camp with my friends and we would make bracelets for each other. Then here I have some things that I cannot show you because I'm making it for my friends and I've been making it for a long time and I have never finished it. And if they don't know, it's better because then they will not tell me. Then here are all the typical topical hobbies. Nothing crazy, nothing interesting. Because also I think I don't even need to mention that I had hobbies like origami, photography and all that stuff, right? I also made things like notebooks. I think I have one around here. Okay, this is total freak, but I'll show you, okay? I made books and these are my university notes. I didn't pass because I spent too much time making the notebook for this, but I did pass the year after, so that's fine. And I think the final things to show you are there. I learned how to make socks and I followed this pattern and it looked nothing like my foot. Well, it did look like my foot, but it was huge and it was too big. And then I tried again and the same problem. What did I do? I decided that I hated patterns and I went into creating my own pattern. And I googled how to make your own socks and I found it and I came up with these gorgeous patterns with flowers and stuff. And I make myself 2 socks. It just color work takes a long time to figure out because then if the loops are too tight, this is too tight and it doesn't go through. Look at this. See? Oh my god, and I forgot to show you some other things. These are the pens I made when I first started that I didn't like the micro shorts, and I made these pens, and this is the second pair I made. The first one is in the Netherlands because I still use it, and this one I don't like it because I made it with these pink beaches. I also don't know what I was thinking about. I love them. These have always been my favorite pair of trousers ever. This was also one of my first makes. It's like a how's it called? You go and you don't get wet jacket. Rain jacket, yeah. I made this rain jacket, I'll show you, it's so nice. I absolutely love the design. The only problem is that the sleeves are too short. Like, who has this length of arms? Not me. And then the best part. And I also made this, I think it's a Sunday sweater by Petite Knit, and I absolutely hate it. Later on I found out that I have an inverted triangle body shape and these yoke things look horrible on me, and one sleeve is longer than the other one, of course. But that's it, that's me, that's everything for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you like this type of content. Have a nice day. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!